folks, with today's issue of Showbiz News, and today I've got loads to go through with you, absolutely loads. There's about 8 or 9 little snippets, a bit more than the norm, to be honest with you. But before we start, let's start with a heartwarming story. Catherine, I hear Catherine today, has come out in public and said she's in remission. That's for the old cancer. That's William's wife, you know, mother to 3 kiddies. Yes, she's in remission. Very pleased to hear it. If you follow the channel for the year and a half, 2 years it's been going. Is it 2 years now? Well, it's nearly 2 years, about 22 months. You'll know from the outset, I'm a bit of a supporter of Catherine. I'm not so much a royalist, a monarchist or whatever else. No, I'm not necessarily all of them. Catherine, I like. I like her whether she was woman in the street or royalist. Wouldn't matter to me at all. I just like her. Something about her I like, and I'm pleased to hear that she's in remission. Right, let's move on. I'll put the bins on. Loads to go through with you there, and I mean loads. Honestly, ups and downs here. Bit like the old Big Dipper, this one. Right, we did Catherine. I wanted to mention Catherine. I definitely did. Right, who else have we got? Right, I'm reading today. Pep Guardiola split from his wife, been together 30 years. £8 million gaff in that there Spain. He's leaving that to her. He's living in a hotel in Manchester at this moment in time. Shades of Jose Mourinho, only Mourinho stayed with his wife for all they were apart for a couple of years. That's probably why he stayed with her, to be honest with you. He must be hard work living with, I'm telling you. Anyway, Pep, 30 years, it looks like it's all kaput. Right, who else have we got? We've got plenty here. Sven, the football again. It's been reported today that Sven, he died last August now. It's a few months since now, sadly, really. It's a shame what happened to him. Met it with dignity, he really did. Anyway, he's died owing lots and lots and lots of money. I'm reading reports, anything from 3.7 million all the way up to 8 million. The biggest money he owes is to the British taxman. Well, he's not going to worry about that. Well, he's not going to worry about anything now. He's not here to worry. It's a shame he's not left his kids what he wanted to leave them, but Sven lived his life the way he wanted to, and he loved spending. And you'd say it's come to haunt him at the end. It's not, because he's not here, so he won't be bothered. He enjoyed his life. Good luck to him. No problem on that score. Katie Price. I see she's got a new series out. Next week's a series, 2-parter. That's what I feel about Katie Price. It's all about the long road of IVF treatment, because she wants another baby and she feels she needs IVF. Should have got about 18 babies already, but she wants another. She needed a few quid. She said to Channel 4, look, I need you to do a series about me. Right, what do you want it to be about, Katie? Anything you can think of. We can't think of anything. We've exhausted everything, Katie. What about if I go on an IVF journey? Because I want another baby. I might not need IVF. I definitely don't need another baby. I've got loads of them. But I'm willing to let you film me for a couple of hours and pay me a few quid. Go on then, Katie, do that. We'll give you a few quid. It's all sorted. It's now been commissioned. It's all been filmed. You'll see it next Monday. I won't, but you will. There'll be some of you there that watch you. God only knows why. Eastenders star, or former Eastenders star. You know Barry? Remember Barry? What's his name? Sean Williamson. He's saying in the press today he got pushed downstairs recently by a ghost. He was on extras for not being that clever. Ricky Gervais wrote him as not being that clever. I think it's probably true in real life, pushed downstairs by a ghost. Who does he think we are? Does he think we're stupid? Carrie Underwood. Now, I like Carrie. Many of you might not know her in this Great Britain, over the pond in that there America. Many know her. I love her. Great, great singer. She's coming in for some flack at the moment because she's accepted the gig to sing at the Don's, Donald Trump's inauguration. I think it's on the 20th. She's going to sing something. It's something about America, because they do all that, don't they, over there? They sing about the country more than most anybody else. She's saying they might all be calling me. It doesn't matter whether I support Trump or not. I'm doing it for America, the American people, the American public. I'm singing about America. No allegiances required. I don't want to throw stones at her or call her, because I like Carrie. I like her a lot. A little part of me surprised she's doing it. A little part of me. Taylor Swift definitely won't be doing it. She supported the other young lady, the lady that got beat by the Don, so she won't be doing it at all. What else have we got? We've got a couple more, I think. Now, you'll have heard this. This is sad news, I suppose. Tony Slattery, he's the comedian. Was he on Whose Line Was It Anyway and stuff of that ilk? Now, he's been around for many years, old Tony. He's died, it's come out today, he's died, I think, age 65 of a heart attack. Now, when I heard it this afternoon coming home from work, and I thought to myself, oh God, he's not that old. And I thought, oh, what a shame, what a shame. When they're around about my age, I always tend to think, oh, so it could be me, and it could be any of us at any time, folks. He's died age 65, and I thought, I don't know a lot about Tony Slattery. I knew his face really well. As it mentioned his name, I could see his face. But I've never followed him. I know he's supposed to be a clever guy and a funny comedian, but I've never followed him. I know nothing about him. And to that end, I'm reading about him late on this afternoon. Number one, he's talking about his partner, or some mention of his partner of 30 years. And his partner was called, what's the first name? Bear with me a second. I think I wrote it. Maybe I never. Did I? I'm sure I did. I can't find it. Anyway, his partner was a bloke. So Tony was obviously that way inclined, which is fine. Everyone to their own. I didn't even know that. Didn't know that at all. As I say, never watched him as a comedian. Didn't know that his partner was male. I didn't know that at all. And I'm reading about him, and I think Stephen Fry's talking about him, saying how great he was. I said, but he had many, many, many demons. He had a big problem with drink, a big problem with drugs. He was bipolar, depression. How many comedians have depression? It's unbelievable, isn't it? There's loads of them. Anyway, he said at the height of it, he was spending 4,000 a week on cocaine. That's a big habit, 4K a week. But then again, he must be earning big money at the time to be doing that. And he says he did an interview in 2019, his first TV interview for about 12 or 13 years. And I thought, is that how long he's been away for? I thought he was current. I thought he was still on the screens now all the time. Maybe it's reruns of old stuff he's on, I don't know. Or maybe he's still been on TV but not done an interview as such. But I thought he was on pretty regularly. Nowadays, that's how I will touch a hand with him. I don't really know him at all. Certainly didn't know he had all those problems. And as I say, didn't know that he was, with a fella, which, as I say, it's fine, but I knew nothing about him. But I can still sympathise. 65 is no age. But I suppose if you've abused your body that way with drink and drugs over many a year, it does catch up with you in the end. And I would suggest that's probably what's happened to him. What else have we got? I think we had a couple more. I think we had one more. That's it. What's his name? Louis Walsh. Now, he's a fella I've not got a lot of time for at all. I've really not. Reading something today, I think there's a new... Is it Boyzone? I think it is. I always get mixed up with Boyzone and Westlife. Might be Westlife. I think it's Boyzone. It's the one where... him that does the one show from time to time in... I can't think of his name. He did a song about a roller coaster. I can't think of his name. I don't really want to. I don't like him. I don't think he's got any talent. I feel that way about many people, to be honest with you. Anyway, they're talking of the boy band and they're doing something on, I think it's for Netflix. It's a two or three parter. And they're talking to Louis, the manager, and he's saying when young Stephen Gatley came out as gay, these are the first thoughts of Louis Walsh. This is now when he came out as gay, some publication heard that he was gay, and they were sort of blackmailing him. They were sort of saying, well, if you don't do an exclusive, we're going to announce that you're gay. So we said, okay, then I'll talk to the newspaper. Anyway, when Louis Walsh found out, Louis was like, this will get us on the front pages everywhere. I mean, the lad is distraught. He didn't want everybody to know his business. He was being blackmailed by a newspaper to admit that he was gay because they were going to do it otherwise. And his manager, who should care about him, who should be putting a protective arm around him, he's saying, great, this gets us on all the front pages. That's about how much Louis Walsh cared about his subjects, I say subjects, the people that he's supposed to be managing. He's a bit like his good friend Mr. Cowell that way. With Cowell, it's all about Cowell, not the axe. With Louis Walsh, it's all about Walsh and not the axe. They've seen through him. None of them like him. I don't think many of them have anything to do with him anymore. He's a sad old man who really, really just doesn't really get on with anybody because he's used people all his working life, which is awful. But to the young lad who ultimately lost his life much too young, who had a secret that he didn't want to share, it's awful that a newspaper has made him do it. But the guy that's supposed to look after him, and be there for him and throw that arm around him, was just pleased that he was going to get on front pages. Very, very sad, really. Anyway, that's it on the Showbiz front today. We've covered a real gamut of things there. Loads and loads to contend with there. Loads and loads. Bit of sad, bit of very sad, and a bit not so bad. Right, I'll catch you tomorrow with tomorrow's Showbiz News.